Live, Maman.
Sure. Hello, 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 hello. Hope everybody's good. Hope you are joining in. We just give some few seconds as everybody's joining in. Just give some few, some few minutes for people to, join in the session and then we kickstart.
Yeah,
Hi Ravi, how are you?
I'm good, Maman. How are you doing?
I'm good also. So how is it there over there in India?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Rainy
Mm.
season, and so we are enjoying the rains.
Oh, you are in the raining season. It's been so heated here in Rwanda, and I don't know. We have been begging for rain. So I don't know. I want to say it feels good to be in India right now. It
Yes,
feels
yes,
good to be in India right now because but here it's so hot. It's so hot.
nice. I wish you guys have bunch of rains and you will enjoy.
Yes, sure, of course, we will. I think we're gradually moving towards the raining season. But anyhow, hello everyone, hello to everyone who's joining in. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'm gonna be your host. My name is Gyat Sanjun Mawen, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you are joining us today to be able to learn about this interesting and this amazing series. We are starting this amazing series today, and for all tech lovers out there, for everybody who has been wondering, maybe you want to start a business and you're like, I will need to have a website, I will need to do a website, I need to do something. And let me just tell you, if you have been thinking of what is even a website, what is the use of it, how do I even start, where do I start from, how do I build it, how do I deploy it, you are literally you're joining in the right space because we are going to be helping you out today all in that. So we are so happy to have you here. So this webinar is brought to you by Marifa, and Marifa is a knowledge sharing ecosystem between Africa and India, and we are on a mission to able to build a space where we can have to able to build a space where we can be able to have how will I say, to build to be like an online platform where we can be able to train young Africans and young Indians in terms of employment opportunities, building them up in building young entrepreneurs and providing a space for them to be able to learn about themselves, to be able to grow, to be able to know, if you are a young entrepreneur out there, whether in India or whether in Africa, and you are looking forward to, oh, I have this idea, but where do I start from? Marifa is here to help you. Marifa is here to guide you throughout from the ideation state to when you launch into the market. If you are a young student living high school, you're a student living undergrads, and you're literally asking yourself, like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I go from here? Looking forward to employment opportunities or looking forward to career opportunities. Marifa is all here at the go. Like, we are all here to be able to provide you with all these solutions at a go. So this is all what we do here at Marifa. We are so excited you're joining us today. And today we're starting a very amazing series, and it's going to be talking about intro to web development, where to start, how to build, and how to deploy. So without any more noise making, and so Mr. Ravi is already high and he's like, Sajin, can you give me the mic? Can you give me the mic? I don't want to do any introductions. So I will just hand over the mic to you. You introduce yourself, you tell us what this series is going to be about, and you get right in, just kick right in and then move ahead. The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Mavan. Thank you for that. And before that, thank you for this platform, and these ideas have come from you. And we are grateful that you are initiating all of our webinars and you're posting all of them. And you're putting so much effort. Today you're not so well, yet you have come today and shown up and conducting this. So glad that you are part of Marifa, and we are so excited. And we always we work together as a team, and you were there since the beginning. So thank you very much for all of your efforts, and thank you for bringing these ideas, the webinar ideas and everything else to us.
You're welcome. I'm so happy and excited working with you. It's been an
Yeah.
amazing journey.
Yes, yes. Not possible without you. But yeah, thank you for all of your efforts. Thank you for
Okay.
everything you've done. Yeah, guys. So this is Ravi, and I'm the CTO of Marifa as well. At the same time, I'm uh, the co-founder of Prashanta Communications, which is one of the companies that we have built. And so, just give me a second, guys. Yeah, and also today we are will go through a lot of steps on how to build your first website. And if you are also the beginner, we'll also cover where to start, why to start. And before all of that, let's have some uh, presentations happening. Yeah, it's simple that first, why web development and why it is needed. We'll tackle that question first. After that, we'll see step by step process on how to get started, and after that, we'll work on how to build your first website and also deploy it to your web server. Yeah. So let me share my screen, and we'll see how that goes. And yes. Okay, I think, yeah. So why web development? And you guys know that every industry is embracing tech, and every industry is following and automating a lot of their stuff. So they are making use of technology in every parts of the operations, in every parts of the business and services, because tech we are leveraging a lot of things, and we can able to do a lot of stuff. And also we do have vast opportunities and major opportunities, that if you are skilled enough, it's very easy for you to get employed and to go into any company, because web development is just a part, but the things that you learn in the web development, that is what makes you, you know, a potential employee. So with the stuff that you learn, with the stuff that you guys do in the web development, it's very creative. I don't say that it's a, you know, like a normal everyday routine things. It's always creative. You will be working on new stuff every day. You will, and new technologies come up, you will work on lot of things. So there is lot of skill diversity involved in, if you are into web development, because along the way you will learn lot of toolings, you will learn lot of softwares, you will learn lot of technologies, and more important, you will put all of these pieces together to bring something up for your users or for your company, so that millions of people can get used to it and get the most out of it. And at the same time, if you are a developer, you can start your freelancing business or freelancing services as well. That makes you self-employed. You don't have to work for anyone, you can work on your own, but that's a different story, but that's a skill you can learn. And of course, you guys know, like, one of the highest paying incomes is in the tech. And it's glad that there are no barriers to join the tech. Like, you don't need any solid degree, or you don't need any prior experience to get started, or even to learn things. You just don't need anything. All you need is a open mind and the curiosity that should drive you. And at the same time, if these days everything, you can do a lot of things on the internet, a lot of things you can do with the web. So entrepreneurship opportunities are no less than uh, a thing if you are into web development. So it's definitely a worth a skill learning. It definitely helps you in your careers. And even if you want to build career as a developer, that is also a good opportunity. And to summarize, like where to start and how to start and what are the things inside the web development, to categorize, we do have three steps, like three uh, areas, like the front end, the back end, and the full stack. So the front end is what you see on the web. I know you guys, everyone is aware of your websites. You will use google.com, you'll use facebook.com, twitter.com. Although you are more used to using the mobile applications, but before mobile applications we have all these websites happened until the mobile applications are coming. So there are millions and millions of websites out there, and no matter whatever website you see, we call it as the front end technology, because any user can see and interact with a web page. So there are three major technologies that help to build the front end technologies, that is HTML, CSS, and JS. HTML is where you can build the structure for a web page, and that is where this webinar I will cover that. And if possible, we will do a series of webinars about CSS, JS, and also a lot of frameworks we also have, like Vue, Angular, React, Svelte, Solid, Quick. Lot of newer frameworks are coming up, and they help us in building very rich user interfaces. At the same time, we can work with as a backend, like we can learn a server language like Java, Python, PHP, Go, Rust, lot many things. There are lot many options out there, but we put these pieces together to make any web application or website. And whoever who can do both the front end and back end, we call them as a full stack developer. So a full stack developer is one who can do both the front end and as well as the back end. Also, back end involves database operations. That is also another part for the back end. But now let's focus our discussion just to the front end now, so that we will start using HTML and start building a simple web application, sorry, simple website today. So I'll tell you where to start, how to start. Yeah, and time and again, I want to remind you guys that you don't need any degree, you don't need any prior experience. Every resource is freely available on the internet. All it takes is your time and your curious mind. That is all required to get started into a web development. At the same time, you can start with any backend language if you want, and then you can slowly build up your front end skills. The vice versa as well. You can start with the front end, and then you can go and explore the backend options, and then you can make these pieces together. So that is how it is. So yeah, let's build a website. Let's try to build our first website. I always, you know, tell any new beginner to build their resume as a website, because that is easier to build. At the same time, that serves some utility, because if you can have a shareable web link about your resume, that is very helpful to share your resume via LinkedIn or your social networks or something else. So let's try to build a website, and let's see how that goes. Also, we'll also have our uh, we will also deploy the site to the website, to the world, and we will get the URL so that you can directly share this thing. So give me a minute to set few things up, and I'll be back. Yes, I hope you guys can listen to me, and let's start building our first website. So for that, we need to create a new folder, and let's name this as resume. and we need few tools a code editor and a web browser. These two are the things that we need. So we need VS Code. Yeah, Visual Studio Code is what we need. So you can directly type in VS Code and go to the website and download it. This is an easier one. And if your RAM is like 4 GB or anything less than that, Visual Studio Code will not run efficiently. For that, you have Sublime Text as another option. So you can download Sublime Text, and it is also a good option for your web development as well. So I prefer Windows, sorry, VS Code, and it's good you download it. At the same time, you need a browser. We already using it. So let's get started and start building. So now, when after creating a new folder, you can create this folder anywhere. You can put it on your desktop, or you can put it on your local hard drives anywhere that is possible to you. You right click and you open this code. Let me make this any projects here. We do not have anything here now. So let's create our first file by clicking here and we do index.html. So this is the first file that we are creating. You can name it anything, index or your name or whatever it is. You can create it as anything. I'll close the sidebar. Yes. So now we are starting with a blank page and let's build our first website. And so because I told you that we are going to build our resume, let me build my resume for you guys and show you how to build this on the web at the same time host it using Netlify. So before that, since we created this VS Code, we will have a file created here and I can double click this. Yeah, it is open and because we do not have anything here, it is blank. So yes, Visual Studio Code gives us few options to get started. So if you just type HTML, you will have this option to have the HTML file. If you click on it, we'll directly get few markup tags. This is called few scaffolding so that it is easier to get started. I'll do this once again. So inside the VS Code, inside your index.html file, you just type in HTML and this is auto suggestions by VS Code using Emmet plugin. Of course, you will get to know when you start learning all of these things. So if you type HTML and click on this HTML file, you will have a scaffolding and every HTML file starts with document type HTML tag. This is like the standard, and olden browsers used to pick up this tag and understand that okay, this is a HTML file, and we will have the root tag, and the starting tag is called the HTML tag itself, and we are specifying that the language that we are using is the EM. And now we will have two parts. One is the head part and one is the body part. In the head part, we will have some metadata information like the title of the this document, title of the file, some meta information needed for the search engine optimizations, any external scripts or any external CSS files, whatever we want to do, like whatever the metadata needed necessary for the file, we will give that in the head section. And whatever we want to put inside a web page, that we will write inside this body tag. So this body tag is our now area of interest. So let's start. So in any presentations in any newspaper, if you see, that you will have a heading first, and then you will have the paragraphs, you will have some images and all. That is how it is laid out. So now we will also try to build the same thing. We will have some headings, we will have some paragraphs, we will try to add some images, we will have some lists, and finally we will try to add few colors here and there. Not fancy because of the time constraint. After that, we will try to deploy. Yeah. So we do have a heading tag. We call it as H1, and we have from H1 to H6. So H1, H2, so on. You can do it up until H6. So these gives us heading, and I will do like my name. And if I come here and give it a refresh, yes, I can say this. Yeah. So what goes into your resume? It usually starts with some, your name, your contact details. So for that, I want to add my email address here. So what I will do is I will just quickly open up a new tag called paragraph tag that we need to do using P. So if you type P, we will have this suggestions coming directly from the VS Code. I click it. We will have this opening tag and closing tag. So to dissect, these things are called Angular brackets, and the browser will understand what type of tag by the text that we give inside this Angular brackets. So if it is H1, browser will treat that as a heading. If it is P, it will treat that as a paragraph. So you can just type in. I'll just give my email address. So arifa.org, and let's see how that comes here. Yeah. Yes, we are getting now. So this is my name, this is my email address for contact, and later on what I can do is I will add my education qualification. So since I have used heading 1, I will go with heading 2 here. H2 education. I want to add uh, my last two education details here. So for that I will use a list, and that will be easier to read. So to make list, we have another tag called ordered list and unordered list. So first we will use unordered list, UL. So UL stands for unordered list, and within this unordered list we will give a new tag called LI. This is called list item. So list will have list items, and that is how we are nesting a list inside our levels. So this is how browsers will render any list items coming inside this tag. So yeah, listing tag university. Let's come back and give it a refresh. Yes, this is H1 tag, and this is a P tag with my you know contact details like email address. And under the education section, I added my first thing, and I can add. It's most of the times your latest degree will be enough, but for the sake of this webinar, I'm just giving something else. Okay, I'll do this. I'll remove this. I'll copy this. I'll paste it again here. If you refresh, yes, we have it. So I did have my education details here, and I can go on adding few other nested lists and do another li. Sorry. Yeah, we can use like CGPA or the point to something. Now we have a nested list inside our list. So that is how you can do it. I'll just copy the same thing and do it here. So remember, see, we inside the UL we have a list. At the same time, we are having unordered list. So this way it will nest things up, and let's do the same thing. Yeah, come here, refresh, and I can add any more lists like this. Dash, something like this. We can still do this. Yeah. So we have this education, and then after that we can go for my project section. So I'll do H3 because we did H1 there. Or else for consistency, you can still do H2 and say like projects. Yeah. This time I will not. I will use ordered list, and the same syntax goes for ordered list as well, just like another list. Inside we will have a list item, and what we will do is like as per website, and just a second, guys. Website. And let's see if that comes up. Yeah, we do have education, we do have projects, and we can have this list. And after that, what do we have? We can, of course, this will not be as simple as I'm just tapping here. We will add lot many contents, but this will be your starting point, and this is just getting used to the tags. And we will look at another tag called a div. Div stands for division, where we can nest any other tags inside it. This is like a container where you can use all other tags inside it. So I'll go with div, and here I will write. So we do have education and projects and any. Yeah, I'll keep some work experience here. So I'll use H3 tag, and I will go for another H4 tag. Let's say I will add my internship details here. I will do some paragraph tag here. I will add some dummy text. Refresh, scroll down. Now we have it. Internship inside the work experience we have internship. You are wondering like why this gap is coming between all of these text. We did not give any spacings and all. By default, browsers will give all these stylings, and we can manipulate them using CSS. But that we can say that for a later webinar. So yeah, we added one div here, and okay, since this is another div, we can enclose this inside another div, and we can format this so that it looks good. Yeah. So work experience, we can have another div to add. Okay, we are adding the H4 internship 2, and again I'll add some dummy text. Yeah, we got it. Now let's say I want to link something else here, and I want to add my another pages or another blog or anything that. For that we will use a tag called anchor that starts with A. So A takes href as an attribute, and here we need to link to our websites like this. ORG, and go to my website and give it a refresh. refresh, yeah, I can have the link here. So using these links, I can link to any other website or I can link to my own web pages. Like previously, we created only one single file here. We can create another file like we can do contact.html, and here also we can do HTML file. We come back to document, which one, contact, and you can use some details here. Yeah. So we do have two files here and I want to link my contact details in my index.html. I still can do that. So I go with A and I will link using the file name that I created now. New contact details. Come back, refresh. Now you can see the second link. And when I click the second link, yes, I'm going to the new page. When I come back, I click on go to Maripa website. It's reloading, sorry, it's redirecting. Yeah, I can see now the Maripa's website here. I'll come back and it will take other arguments also. We can do target, it's blank. If you want to open this website in a new tab instead of the same tab, I give a quick refresh. I do this. Now you see we opened up your new tab instead of then opening that in the same tab. So this is it. This is just a beginning. Like you can work on it. And yes, for most of the things we have different tags for different textual elements. Something like the small, we can use strong to bold something. We can use U to underline something. We can use I to have like italics. Let's do one thing. We can work experience. What we'll do is I can sorry. Select. I'll use a U tag and do this. Now I have the underline here. Now for the internship, I want to make it italics. I'll go left. Just use I tag. That's it. And refresh. Yeah. And for something that I want to make bold, I can straight away use strong keyword. You can use strong as nested one. You can use directly refresh. None. So this is how it is. And now, so we created this website locally, and let's say we want to, yeah, one more thing. If we want to like add images to our website, let's do it. So we'll quickly copy the image. Save. Yeah, no issue. So what I will do is I will make this image available in our folder that we created. The bottom, I can simply use image tag and I need to give two attributes. One is the source, like where the image is, and second one, the alt tag, alternative text for the image. In some cases, the image is not loading, the browser will render or alt tag. Let's see that in action. Yeah, see, because we do not have any image, it is rendering the alternative text. So this is like the best practice to follow. And now, so yeah, we do have the Maripa logo here, and we think
sorry, I copy pasted. I just downloaded it and I copy pasted into our project folder. This is our project folder. We do have all these files. So now we need to tell the image attribute with the source. Say marifalogo.svg, because we are using VS Code. It is giving all these suggestions. We can directly click it and we will have it. Now give it a refresh. Now we have the Marifa logo, and this is how you should render images. Instead of this logo, you can have your own image. You can keep that your image, and maybe at the top, maybe at the bottom, wherever you feel is good to have. So I think let's wrap coding at this point and let's try to build uh, so let's try to deploy our website. As of now, there are a lot of different options to deploy your website, and a lot of them are free options as well. So one of the options that we have is GitHub pages, but it is too early for you guys to learn about GitHub pages and Git. That is, we can say that for a later point. And after that, we have another tool called Netlify, netlify.com. So yes, you first have my account, so I'll just log in. You can log in with your email as well, because I have a GitHub account. I'm just logging in with GitHub and everything will be visible now. Yes, this is my dashboard. I already have a lot of sites deployed with Netlify, and I can see all of the sites here listed down. And so let's start adding our site. So we click on add new site button here and import an existing project. We need to click this. At first, it will ask you whether you want to deploy directly from your GitHub account or GitLab, any source control thing. But because our files are in our system, these files are local, these files are on our system. What we want to do is we can choose Netlify drop. I'm just going again. We can try Netlify drop. Let's do this. So we'll do one thing. Yes, we'll try to. Yeah, I just drag and drop the entire project folder, and let's see how that goes. Yes, it's been uploaded successfully, and everything is done. Now we can see it. This is just a preview, but let's go back to site overview. This is our URL for our website. So if you check it, yes, whatever we built locally, this is on my local system. I will zoom out. This is on my local system. Oh, these are too big. This is a too big of a logo. We can use width and height to control this. And now, yeah, this is our dedicated URL. Now we can use this URL to share our website. Let me do some edits. I'll change the site name. I can do my resume if that is available. Let's see if that is available. The site name is not available. Let's say Marifa resume. Save. Yeah. Now we changed our site name. You click on it, we will have it. You can use this to share your website. So you have a working website in just minutes. You use your simple, tags and build your first website, and then you deploy it using Netlify for free. If you have any domain, you can also connect that domain. But uh, it needs a little configuration. But yeah, so we can have this site name changed to any name that you desire, and you're good to go. So yes, this is the first part in many parts of our coding with coding series. And fabulous, thank you for your comment. Yeah, if you have any doubts, just you can ask here, or you can directly post your questions directly on the Marifa community. We are happy to help. And thank you guys. Thank you very much. Anytime you can leave your questions, and we are there. Bye, guys. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend.